Shalom, shalom. In today's video, I'm going to be discussing the mystery of ayin and also revealing a Kabbalistic meditative technique that very few individuals have ever made use of. Only highly initiated sages have ever been able to access this level of yikudim and this level of meditative techniques. But I felt like this should be addressed in a practical way. So let us begin. Before you is the word ayin, and ayin in Hebrew means an eye. Now, it is compiled of 3 letters which have a gematria value of 130. Mainly, we see that ayin as a letter is 70, yud is 10, and nun is 50. Together, this gives us a gematria value of 130. Bearing that in mind, we're going to move along and write out the Partsuf. And the Partsuf is going to be written out Yud He Vav He 5 times, like this. Now bear in mind that Yud He Vav He has a gematria value of 26. Mainly Yud is 10, He is 5, Vav is 6, and He is 5 for 26. And 26 times 5 is 130, the same gematria value as ayin. Now, bear this in mind. We're going to take the very first letter of Yud He Vav He, which is the letter Yud, and write it out like this. And in Hebrew, Yud has a gematria value of 14, mainly Yud Dalet. And in Hebrew, the letter Yud, pronounced as a word Yud, means a hand. Bear this in mind. So, we have Yud written out 5 times. And the gematria value here for Yud is 14. What does this mean? Well, that upper eye, which sees all things, will be blatantly seen very clearly if we meditate upon it like this. Looking at the hand, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14 segments. And looking at the foot, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 segments. And again, for the right hand and the right foot, 14 segments. Now that still leaves us the Yud in the center, as we saw in the Partsufim. So what does this equate to? This equates to the left hand, the lower left arm, the upper left arm, the left foot, the lower left leg, the upper left leg, the right hand, the lower right arm, the upper right arm, the right foot, the lower right leg, and the upper right leg, plus the torso and the body. 3 segments to the left arm, 3 segments to the left leg, 3 segments to the right arm, 3 segments to the right leg, the torso, plus the body. This creates our 14 here. And so this perfectly mirrors our Partsufim written out like this. Because before existence was actually emanated into existence, there were Partsufims. And these Partsufims, in a way, you could view them like the blueprint for which was to be created. In this case, man, as Tiferet is called man. And the name of God attributed to Tiferet is Yod He Vav He. Now, we have to account for the letter He. The letter He represents the 5 fingers, the 5 toes, the 5 fingers and the 5 toes, as demonstrated. Why are there 2 He's? Because they are fronts and backs. The fronts of the 5 fingers, the backs of the 5 fingers, the fronts of the 5 toes, the backs of the 5 toes, and so on and so forth. And the Vav represents the 3 segments, and the 3 segments, the 3 segments, and the 3 segments. And as for the center, it represents the 6 segments of the torso, representing Zeir Anpin respectfully, which are the joint here on the left arm, the joint here at the left leg, the joint here at the right arm, the joint here at the right leg, the head, and the genitals. With this being said, contemplate, look at your own body. I encourage you to write these Part 2 themes down and to meditate upon these Part 2 themes in the very technique that I've revealed to you. With all of this being said, Shalom and Selah.